Hello. So first and foremost, thank you so much. I know you have options. You saw me pop into your feed and you clicked it. Thank you a ton. I wouldn't be here without you. Thank you. Now, this is for those who want and who can do more. You have options in the description below. May I suggest you join our membership program. Check out the perks, pick the one that fits your bets, and then let's go. Now, if none of that is interested or interesting to you, then you can just simply donate to our channel's Buy Me a Coffee page. It helps. But regardless of how you spin it, you watching from start to finish, liking, pressing the subscribe button, interacting with me and the community and all that good stuff helps me a ton as well. So do not minimize, just you. Thanks. As one of the membership perk, I have to give the following new members a shout out. Kim Anderson, Melimol, Monica Bium, Tammy. I apologize if I botch your names, but hi. Hi! Darrell Brooks is like a cockroach. Extremely resilient. Absolutely unattractive. Very annoying. I'm going to try to deliver this video as sensibly as I can. I'm upset. So my emotions are heightened. And you might ask yourself, like, Alistair, why is this random man making you so upset? And for those who've been here long enough, you know that Darrell Brooks is a big trigger. He's just like my father, and he is just a bag of triggers. But no, let's go. Let's look at this. We saw the news yesterday. I have plenty of opinions, and I'm going to tie those opinions with what will make more sense based on my experience. Now, listen to me very closely. For those who are new here, I am Alistair Nzekio, and this is my point of view. Let's go.
Yeah, guys, Darrell Brooks currently has 3 open cases here in Milwaukee County. Those were actually postponed due to his trial in Waukesha. We've had a lot of questions of people wondering why bother going through these hearings for somebody that is going to spend the rest of his life in prison. And a local defense attorney says it's complicated. Darrell Brooks is making his way through Milwaukee County courts.
Wish I could walk in.
I understand.
Gotta take it how it comes, though.
This case is from 2020. He's charged with 2 counts of recklessly endangering safety. Prosecutors say he fired a gun at someone during a fight.
State of Wisconsin versus Darrell Brooks.
Brooks also has 2 cases stemming from when prosecutors say he ran over the mother of his child in November 2021. He was out on a $1,000 bond for this case when he attacked the Waukesha Christmas parade.
It sounds like the parties are still negotiating.
During the status hearing Thursday, the parties were still trying to come to a resolution regarding how to proceed. But what's the point when Brooks is already serving several life sentences?
I think it's probably not a wise exercise of resources.
Defense attorney Michael Hart says the judicial system is backlogged and overworked, so he doesn't think it's the best decision economy-wise. But he says it's not that simple, especially when it comes to victims' rights.
Closure, right? They believe that emotionally it helps them.
Brooks already filed notice to appeal his Waukesha County conviction. If that's reversed, the Milwaukee cases could be a fallback. But Hart says that's highly unlikely.
Those cases wouldn't be just thrown out. He would be entitled to a second trial.
Okay, so first let me address one thing that the defense attorney said. That he said they believe in that it will emotionally help the victim if they go ahead with the trial. The thing is that, and I'm not throwing darts at him, I think it's important to note that it's not that they believe, and it's not a question of maybe. It's a question of, yes, it does. It does provide emotional closure. If you get harassed, something wrongfully happened to you, it's important that you get validation for that action. Even if Darrell Brooks get put away for 1,000 years for something that's not related to the current victim, it's important that recognition is given to that victim. It's just that important. Do you understand? Human beings, we're emotional. We're emotional beings, and validation is key. Validation is key to our mental well-being. So I disagree with that attorney 100%. Now, to move down to his case involving the gun in 2020. That is the case that we discussed. That's when Darrell Brooks took the gun and SHOT, I cannot say the word yet. It's not early enough in the video. And so Darrell Brooks took the GUN and SHOT, his nephew, and missed. I want you to process this for a second. That's when this monster, SHOT, his nephew, all right? The location at his mother's house. Okay, process that for a second. So we're going to see his appearance for the moment when he attempted to kill his nephew. And we're also going to go and address the moment where he took the car of his mother and ran over his ex-girlfriend / baby mama, Erica Patterson. So we're going to analyze these two cases. And then we're also going to look into his reaction, because that's also important. Darrell Brooks is a narcissist. I'm going to say alleged because he's not diagnosed, but all of his attitude, everything about him just points to that letter. And I'm going to point out, as we look at more videos, the actions that dignifies that. Oof. Okay, so this is him walking to the courtroom of the court case when he shot and missed his nephew. This is attempted murder of his nephew. Let's listen to this.
I'm just fine. Thank you for asking.
How's everybody else? Yeah, wish I could walk in.
I understand.
Gotta take it how it comes though.
I hear you.
Okay, he's cackling. Listen to me very closely here. Do you know why he's cackling? He's happy to be out of that dungeon. He's happy to be out of that dungeon. Let me remind you again, if you forgot, during his sentencing, his number one thing he said to the judge, please, check this out.
My main thing is, like I said, regardless, is to not just be placed somewhere and just forgotten about.
Did you see? That's a narcissist trait. The number one thing a narcissist hates and despises the most is to be forgotten, to be ghosted. They are so insecure, they want to feel relevant at any cost. It doesn't matter if it's positive or negative. They want to be the center of attention. He is in his element. All the cameras are on him. He's not even walking, darling. He's like, push me. He's being pushed with a stupid mask. This is not a COVID-19 conscious person. Listen to me. This is a security blanket situation. Do you understand? Walking into the room, greeting everybody like, oh, hi, flicking his hair, like batting his eyes. Hi. Really? This is a mass murderer. He's going on a case where he point the gun and pull the trigger at his nephew. Look how he's walking into this courtroom nonchalantly. Not a single ounce of remorse. Listen, maybe you might not feel remorse for, I don't know, your neighbor. This is your kin. I'm not saying everybody loves their kin. Some people don't like their brothers. Sure. Your nephew? That's like 1/3 of your immortality right there, is it? I don't know, do the math. But it's nephew. You're in there. You're in the nephew. You're in there. You are in there. It's essentially shooting at yourself.
Oh, you locked me up? Oh, okay. Okay.
Pay attention to how attentive he is, how he's just so elated. It's almost like he is very, very happy to finally be out of that dungeon. The reason why I harped so long on this situation where there was no words, where you could see just his eyeballs, is I want to point out to you how this is not a vapid man. This man knows exactly what's going on. He knows exactly what his next step is. This is not a confused man. He's paying very well attention, and he has an agenda. Point blank, period.
No, that's a big thing to do. Just going back. They said they'd send you back.
We ready?
All right, man. I'm still gonna stay on the case and stuff, but that's why I'm trying to get stuff from Ohio, so
I ain't not seeing no sports right now. It's killing me. Slow torture.
All right.
All righty, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. This is State of Wisconsin versus Darrell Brooks.
Giggling, laughing, making jokes, and don't throw darts at the lawyer for joking back with him, right? He needs to appear somewhat impartial. Do you understand? I can guarantee you these lawyers were not very happy at the fact that, look, for the reason why we're here. Like, what's the point of being a hyena here, Darrell? I don't understand. But let's go.
Case 20 CF 2550. Appearances?
State appears by Jacob Core. Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Attorney Robert Hampton appears with Attorney William Rakestraw with Mr. Brooks. Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon. We are on the calendar today for a status hearing. Mr. Brooks's case was last in court on November 17th for a pretrial hearing. At one point, we did have a December 12th trial date in the matter. That was postponed to give the parties, I think the state needed some additional time at that point. So we were set for status. I did have a conversation with the lawyers in chambers before we went on the record today. My understanding of the parties' positions is that at this point, there's not a resolution of this matter, but there's also not been a decision by either party that this can't be resolved, and that Mr. Core needed to conduct some additional follow-up and would then confirm an offer to Mr. Brooks and his counsel, and then Mr. Brooks could decide whether he wished to accept that. We also did discuss that at some point Mr. Brooks may be making a request to proceed pro se on this matter, but I think the discussion we had was that we would hold off on that and set a scheduling status date to see if the parties can reach a resolution, and then if they can't, the court would need to address that issue as to representation. Does that accurately capture what we've talked about, Mr. Core?
Yes.
Mr. Hampton?
Yes, Your Honor.
And is that acceptable to Mr. Brooks today?
Yes, sir.
All right. So my thought would be we'll go out about 30 days, and at that point, if the parties are able to reach a resolution, great. If not, we'll put this back on the trial calendar, and then we'll have a discussion as to representation.
March 23rd at 1:30.
which for me,
At 1:30?
Yes, 1:30.
One second.
That's fine for the state.
Hold on 1 second. Okay. All right. March 23rd at 1:30. Yes, I'm already here. Oh, no, I'm here earlier, and later that day, but 1:30 is fine. Yeah.
All right. The next hearing is scheduled for March 23rd at 1:30 for a status conference. That hearing will be held in person in room 113 of the safety building.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Corr. Anything else we need to address today?
Judge, thank you.
Mr. Hampton?
Nothing, Your Honor.
All right, thank you very much. Mr. Brooks, I'll tell you what I tell everybody who leaves here. Stay safe and try and make good decisions.
You too, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Good to see you again.
You too, Your Honor. Good to see you again. Could you tell in his voice how happy he was? Look, he just got confirmation. March 23rd at 1:30 p.m. status conference in person. This is not going to be through Zoom. He got confirmation that at least on March 23rd, he's going to leave the dungeon and come right here in front of us, in front of cameras. Yeah. Let me explain to you a little bit why it's very important for narcissists to be seen and to be heard. It's because they have no self-esteem. It's a disorder. It's not normal. They literally don't even feel in their true self, in their true self, they don't feel worthy of anything. So they have to create this persona. They have to create this shell. They have to constantly enchant you. They have to constantly charm you. The laughing, the joking, the cackling, it's a charm tactic. The only reason why it doesn't work in courts is because courts is full of due process. But in real life, it works. In real life, that charming works. Works. If you talk to every victim of narcissism, every victim of narcissist, they will tell you the gaslighting was through the roof. Through the roof. They're like, he likes me, doesn't like me. Does she love me? She doesn't love me. It's through the roof. You go through an emotional roller coaster because you're constantly being ballooned left and right with this charm. He's not effective here because he's in chains in the court system. And we all know what he's guilty of. That's why he's not effective. I want to show you how effective this charm tactic is. Okay? And I'm going to give you my opinion on that. I want you to look at this video of Erica Patterson facing Darrell Brooks in court for the first time since he tried to run her over with the car of Darrell Brooks' mother. Look at this reaction.
Ms. Patterson, if you would please make your way to the witness stand, which is on my right. You may recall it's upper riser. When you get there, please. First thing I will ask you to do is to state your first and last names for the record.
Erica Patterson.
Thank you. Go ahead, your witness.
The one spelling the name?
I believe it's on the record from previously, but go ahead. You can spell your first and last names, please.
ERIKA PATTERSON.
Just 1 second, Your Honor. I'm trying to find some relevant paperwork here.
Right away.
Detective Goof, during the first interview, do you recall why you were not forthright with information?
It wasn't that I was not forthright, I just didn't tell him everything right away.
Why not?
I don't know, Mr. Brooks.
When speaking with a law enforcement officer, would it be fair to say that you should be truthful and honest?
I was very truthful, I just didn't tell him everything at once. I told him the next day, Mr. Brooks.
Do you see in her body language her level of uncomfortability? This is a woman that's in the safety of a courthouse, the safety of a man who's chained, the safety of bailiffs around, and yet she is still uncomfortable and in fear. But I believe Erica Patterson was not the only person that he put on the charm and he put on his palm down her neck, allegedly, figuratively. Listen to Darrell Brooks' mom reacting to the news that she was made aware and it was confirmed that Darrell Brooks took her car and actually tried to run over Erica Patterson. Check this out.
Should have been released at that time?
I don't think they should have released him, even though I did post the bail. But I post the bail because Erica Patterson, his girlfriend, I asked her personally, I called her personally, and I asked her, did he deliberately run over you? And I told her what the police told me. I'm asking you, did he deliberately do that? She told me no, that was not deliberate.
Do you see? Did you hear that? She's not disputing the fact that, Erica, my son took the car and ran you over and almost killed you. In her mind, the dispute is, was it intentional or unintentional? Hi, Sarah. Do you understand? That is a level of mental shift that you and I cannot comprehend. Because in our minds, it makes total sense. It's not about intentional or not. You took the car and you tried to kill someone. Please. Please. But in her mind, it's twisted. And the reason why it's twisted in her mind is because Darrell Brooks has been spinning stories, charming, forcing, intimidating for a very long time. He's 39 years old. He's probably 40 years old. This is an old rat. Do you understand? Look, don't yell at me. I'm not calling you. If you're for that age, I'm not calling you that. It's because I have to, I'm upset at him, so I'm insulting him. That's why. I'm not insulting you. Do you understand? So he's been spinning those stories, and those women have been living literally in a state of Stockholm syndrome. They don't even know what's up and down. Look at the mom. She can't even process. Like, that's poor critical thinking right there. If you want an example of poor critical thinking, look at that video I just showed you of Don Woods asking the question if it's intentional or not. Not even disputing the act. Right? That is the result of years of mental abuse, of years of gaslighting. That is the result of years of intimidation. You lose your ability to even critical think on the most simplest thing. In real life, guys, in real life, you are lucky to come out alive. From a true narcissist, you are lucky to come out alive. The persuasion is tainting. Run. Take your kids. Run. Don't even try. Run. Your life is much more important than to cater to a single person. Think about you. I mean, I told you I'm heightened state. So I'm containing. All I want to do is explode. All I want to do is scream and shout. But it's being very contained. I think I'm doing a good job at containing it. Yes. But in my stomach, like I'm squeezing my stomach. In my stomach, I just want to scream. But but that's why I laugh when I get angry, because it's a way to release the frustration. Yeah, when I get angry, I cackle a lot. Yeah, not because I'm actually laughing. It's because I'm releasing stuff. Anyway, let's move on to the next part. Listen to this next part. Okay, so look, the sound is very, very low. So I'm going to increase the sound in editing, and hopefully you can hear every single bit of it. So I'm going to play it in full, and then I'll comment.
Mr. Rakestraw, you don't wish to wait for Mr. Hampton?
No, we'll be okay. I spoke
right.
with Mr. Hampton. He's fine with me taking care of this.
State of Wisconsin versus Darrell Brooks, case number 21CF4596 and 21CF5020. Appearances, please.
Matthew Torbenson and Shelley Grosso appear for the state. Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon.
Darrell Brooks appears by attorney William Rakestraw, who appears as co-counsel with attorney Robert Hampton, who is not here at this time, Your Honor. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Hi, Mr. Brooks.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
All right, so we are here for a status. The last time the case was in court, it was handled by Judge Feist for us. We were in the middle of a trial, and there were some movement issues. So Judge Feist handled it for us. At that time, it was set for a final pretrial. He adjourned the jury trial that was scheduled for December 12th and set it at the request of the parties for a status on today's date. Mr. Rakestraw, what can you tell me about that status and where we stand today?
Yes, Your Honor. Having spoke with Mr. Brooks, we have reached out to Attorney Torbenson and asked for a separate offer on this matter. It's my understanding Attorney Torbenson is going to get that to me forthwith. Your Honor, me and Mr. Brooks have also discussed the possibility that Mr. Brooks will possibly be asking to proceed pro se if this case goes to trial, but we can table that for the time being as we are still seeking a possible resolution. Your Honor, I would ask for another status date so that we can work forward, hopefully, and obtain a resolution on this matter.
Okay, State?
Attorney Rakestraw and I discussed the parameters of an amended offer out in the hallway. I've emailed him an amended offer that involves just the two cases before Your Honor. I agree with the record made by Attorney Rakestraw in terms of how we proceed on this matter.
All right. Just so we're clear, what I'm taking you to say is that you are looking for an offer that handles the two cases that are scheduled before me, separate from the case that is scheduled before Judge Feist, correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
So not separate offers on everything?
No.
Okay. All right, so it sounds like the parties are still negotiating. Do you wish to do another status?
Yes, please.
All right. We did have an opportunity to speak before. Okay, this should be fine. We had an opportunity to speak before we called the case on the record when you first came over, Mr. Rakestraw, with Mr. Torbenson and Ms. Grasso, and you indicated that the case in Judge Feist was scheduled for a status on March 23rd.
That is correct.
It's my understanding that Mr. Brooks has requested to appear in person for each hearing, so you want him produced for that?
Yes, please.
All right, we can put it on for that same date. We have trials scheduled on March 22nd, but we'll figure it out to be able to make this happen.
Sure.
What time on the 23rd?
That was set for 1:30.
You want the same time or do you want 2 o'clock? Or
We should probably just do 2 o'clock, just make it easier. Make it cleaner.
And as far as that issue, the request to proceed pro se, I think that probably it sounds as if you are negotiating actively on his behalf, and he's not requesting this at this point, but only if it goes to trial. So we will, I will withhold any argument or any further action on that decision at this time.
Understood, Your Honor.
the next court date is March 23rd at 2 o'clock for status.
Thank you.
Okay, as you see, as he was leaving, he was saying thanks to everyone. Very charming, very polite, very consenting. Stupid. All right, so March 22nd, March 23rd at 2 p.m. So yeah, Darrell Brooks was able to secure himself another trip outside of his dungeon. Anyway, the most important thing about this is that he said, according to Darrell Brooks, spoken through by his lawyers, if we don't get a resolution, I'm going to represent myself pro se. So that means he's not liking the resolution that's in front of him. What does he want? What does he expect to happen? Mr. Brooks, you are rotting in jail already. What resolution are you looking for? You know what I would do? If I was the court, I'd be like this. Look. I look at me right in the face. Whoever decides that, right? I'd be like this. Okay. So, what do you want? Oh, you want to be exonerated for these crimes? Look, I'll give you a deal, right? You do 0 years, but it stays on your record. Fair? Oh, okay. Yeah. If I was the deal or whatever, I'd be like, oh my God, just put him away, because I know how. All he wants camera shine. That's all he wants. He wants to be seen. He wants to be heard. He wants to have some limelight. Take that away from him. That's all he wants. That's all he wants. He doesn't give a crap about any of these details. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. He knows he's rotting in jail. He does not want to be in a dungeon. If I was any of the court people, I'd be like, listen to me very closely, courthouse, right? Listen to me. This man is doing this on purpose. So here's what we're going to do. You ready? Drop it. Drop the charge. Drop. Now go back to your cell and rot. Yeah? I would drop it. But they can't. But I would. They can't. But I would. Because I know what he wants. That's what he wants. Please, this is just the beginning. Guys, he is not going anywhere for a very long time. Let me tell you what's going to happen. And then we can talk about it again. And I'd be like, look, I told you I'm a soothsayer. Yum, 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 yum. I'm a soothsayer. Yum, yum, yum. Listen. He's going to twirl around. He's going to twirl that whole resolution. He'd be like, do you want this? No. Do you want this? No. Do you like this? No. New hearing. Okay. Do you like this? No. Do you want this? No. He's going to twirl it around until he's like, well, matter of fact, I want to present myself pro se. He's going to extend. He's going to delay until we're going to see him again on TV. He's going to do pro se. You mean to tell me, we all know Darrell. You mean to tell me Darrell Brooks is not going to try to present himself? You mean to tell me Darrell Brooks is gonna pass up the opportunity to face Erica Patterson again? No, he's gonna go pro se, and he's gonna be like, say, okay? Let's change subjects really quickly. It's cold outside. Oh my God. It is freezing. Oh my God. What's going on, Elsa? I told you to put your fingers away. Elsa is like, whoo! Elsa is throwing her nails everywhere. It's freezing. Anyway, let's move on to the next part. Oh, Darrell, you exhaust me. Okay, quick PSA. I want to give two things. I want to recognize a subscriber of mine who actually told me that she's in good relations with Erica Patterson. Her YouTube name is Crafts and Chat with a vet. In the same breath, I want to ask you guys, because my goal is to try to get Erica Patterson up here on the show just to have a conversation with her, because I have a few questions I want to ask her. And if you have any questions that you would like her to answer, let me know in the comments below. Go ahead and type the question you would like to ask. Now, I have to give you a heads up. If you are talking slick in the mouth, I'm not going to pick that question, right? Be respectful. Right? You want to get an answer? Formulate your question in a respectful way. Do you know what I'm saying? I have plenty of questions to ask her. I'll tell you one of them. one of the main ones that I really want to know is, I really want to know the dynamics between Darrell Brooks' mom and Darrell, because at some point they lived together. I'm curious to know what were the in-betweens between those two, right? That's just my curiosity. I've actually wrote that in my notes a long time ago. But let me know what you would like me to ask her. And then, of course, I would reach out to her and see if it's okay, if she's okay with her coming on the show. So I don't know if it's definitive, but let me know in the comments below some of the questions you would like me to ask. Okay? Okay, well, let's get back into this video. Another thing narcissists are very good at is gaslighting. And they do that by confusing the hell out of you. And that confusion is because they use crumbs of facts and create stories around it. Hey, why don't you check this video out?
Based on the questions that he asked you today, what do you think his defense is? It's very unclear at this point.
His defense isn't unclear to me. His defense is delay and confused. That's all he's doing. He's trying to use what was first said to me right after a traumatic event happened, to where at that point, which all my thoughts were jumbled when I was giving my statements to the detectives. You know, I still had a lot of stuff going through my head at that point in time when I was talking to those detectives, and I think he tried to take advantage of that and realized that he couldn't.
You see, so Darrell Brooks, he's not a very smart man, but his condition makes him very perceptive to holes and fissures and cracks. And he's very cunning at wiggling his big head into any crack and shake to create a bigger crack. Yeah, that's the power of gaslighting. And this is why I will always say it. In real life, a narcissist can confuse the hell out of you to the point where you just say yes without even realizing it. Thank God we're in a system of court of law where that kind of nonsense is not as effective. But in real life, it is very effective. Do not underestimate that power, smart or not, because he's not a smart man. But don't underestimate that power. I want to reminisce about a few important points because I'm going to use that for my final thought. Let's look at sentencing day again. Please, I'm going to edit. Look, I'm not going to show you the whole thing. What? We're not going to relive this torture like we did. No. Look at the clips, okay? Oof.
But he didn't. He did not stop. And then, of course, the Waukesha self-banned. It's hard not to think about what I watched and not have this reaction. Those were images that frankly kept me up at night, that I saw over and over and over. For their band director, she is a hero to me, to get up on the stand, to talk about, and that was Sarah Waymeyer Aparicio, to identify each one of her students, talk about their formation, talk about what she saw. So strong for all of you. Mr. Brooks had another opportunity to stop. This wasn't one isolated person that he could claim, I didn't know I struck someone. This was driving over people. What Kyle Jewell described as the SUV went over people like they were big old speed bumps.
So the reason why I showed this is because I want to emphasize again the importance of going through your life and thinking about the ripple effects of your actions, especially of your words. And look, I know it's very difficult. Look, that's why it's called being a grown-up. I know it's very difficult because one of the conditions of being human is to have faults. Making a mistake on that is not a problem. It's not. It will happen. Please. I do it all the time still. But the issue here is to be able to just keep it in your mind so you don't go around hurting everybody you just touch. And I tell you why that's important. You see how this judge was affected by this. I didn't see the video. The video where he took the car and ran over these people, I couldn't do it. But to give you an idea that the ripple effect of his actions, Darrell Brooks, I didn't even see the video. And the Spark Boy, this trial was very hard because I couldn't separate my daughter from Spark. I couldn't separate that, and it was very difficult to watch this video. That's why there's a few cases that I'm not even going to touch because it's just just too close to the effect, and it just bothers me. And so there's a few cases I will never touch until I can get over this hump. This judge, look. She's crying here in front of Darrell. You don't think she was in tears at home for the husband and her kids? Right? Give you an idea of the ripple effect of our actions. I'm not saying this to say that you must go around and be mother. Oh, no. I'm not saying that. Because that's also not human. That's also not normal. What I'm saying is just go about your life thinking about other people. Think about other people more than yourself. Be a little selfish though, because you got to be a little bit selfish to move ahead. But try to do it without hurting everybody around you. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I live by that principle. And I think it's the most important principle. You know, that's it. That's it for this segment. Look at me being Dr. Phil. Hi. Don't you like his mustache? Anyway, next segment. So, here's my final thought. Is that Darrell Brooks is going to represent himself. There is no doubt about that. He has an opportunity to get out of his dungeon. He has an opportunity to fulfill what he really fears to be forgotten. He is enjoying the limelight. He is reveling at the fact that he is using our tax dollars. He is causing pain to the Waukesha community. He is causing grief to the courthouse, who apparently, for what I've learned, they're full. They're full. They're full. The last thing that on their mind is to deal with someone like him. Okay, he is relishing at the fact that, oh, I get to see Erica Patterson again. Do you want to know why that's such an important thorn in his side? Because Erica Patterson is the first woman to publicly defy his order. In private, sure, but she's the first woman in the public eye who shattered part of his persona. How dare she? In his mind, how dare she? He told Erica Patterson multiple times, don't come here, retract, don't say this. Trying to impose his influence. And I'll be honest with you, the victim brain is very real. And we, the viewers and the community, were very lucky Erica Patterson decided to talk. She could have easily said, I don't want to. You know what I mean? People give her a lot of hate. People give her a lot of hate because people don't understand the victim brain. My mom was a victim, and honestly, I tell her all the time, I don't know how you raise 5 kids. Yeah, there's four of us. Oh, well, there's 5 of us total. 5 kids, full career, making breakfast for this man, making dinner for this man, and all of us, and still be top of a career, and having a business. How the hell did you do that? She said, I don't know. I was a zombie. No. The victim brain is very real. You know, no, we're going to see more of him. I'm going to move on to the Let's Talk segment. And I'm going to share with you a story. I know some people don't like the stories. No, I'm going to share with you the stories. this particular story, I think it's important for you to know. For you to look at me, for you to know. No. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to point, but because I told you, like, I'm heated. So in my hormones right now, in my blood, the stress hormones flowing. So I'm containing a lot. Yeah. I'm gonna share with you this story. Let's go to the Let's Talk. So I'm gonna tell you why I'm highly confident why this man is gonna go and represent himself, and he's gonna make life a living hell for all of us, and also for Erica Patterson. A living hell. And you know what? Even though he's over there in a dungeon, he has access to people outside. Who? He's going to call his mom. Like, he's going to call someone to cause some trouble. I don't care. He's going to do it. He's going to find a way to do it. I'll tell you why, because that's exactly what my dad has been doing for the past, since 2016. You do the math. It's easy math. I just don't feel like it. I have a train of thought. Right? Please. For those who are new here, I'm going to tell you something right now. My father tried to kill my mom, right? I was on the phone and I heard it all. He took both of his hands, squeezed her neck. My mom has a very thin neck. Like, her neck is very thin. You could take both of your fingers and you could like, whoop, it fits. Her neck fits. Yeah, my mom has a very thin neck. Squeezed it so hard that all his 10 fingers, his imprint, was on her neck. Yeah, the police came. Please, we were on the phone. Okay, I froze. That was my trauma. I froze. And I heard it all. I heard a fight. She fought back. She punched and kicked and screamed. She fought back. You understand? All you losers out there who put your hands on women, she fought back. You're not going to get a free kill. You're out of your mind. She fought back. And then you know what else happened? Okay, this is the thing when you get strangled. There's a lot of commotion and then there's complete silence. This is the most terrifying thing ever in the world. You understand? And I've seen it there frozen. I couldn't quite... I was like, please, in my mind. I couldn't speak it out loud. I was like, please say something. And he just let go. And he said, before he let go, hi, Dad. You think I didn't hear you? I heard you. He said, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill myself. Yes. And then when he let go, my mom was gasping for air. gasping. The police came. It was happening in Canada. The police came. Yeah, you can look it up. Can you look it up? I don't fucking know if you can look it up. I don't really care. The police came, and you know what happened? He was like, he came. He was in the kitchen. Acted as if like he was cooking dinner. And my mom was in a room, locked the door because he left. She locked the door, and I was on the phone. And she was, of course, shocked and startled, right? It's like, I didn't do it. I was just cooking dinner. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what happened. Please. The officer was like, I can see. I mean, I can curse. I can see marks on her neck. You're coming with us to the station, sir. You know what he did next? Look, he went ahead and wrote us a long email detailing the series of events. It was a complete lie because he did not know that we were on the phone and we heard it all. So, how do I know he won't? Now, I'm going to connect this. To Darrell Brooks, who's not going to go away. Because do you think he went away? No. My father till this day, it's 2023. Bring my mom to courts. He went through 5 different lawyers. Do you understand? He challenged every single judgment. He did every single appeal. Courts. The situation in March, that's just court number 1, darling, okay? That's just a divorce and the separation of assets. We're not finished. There's at least 6 more. 6 more for how many years this is going to go. Listen. My mom and I, we have a plan. That I'm not going to say out here because he watches this show. I'm not going to say out here, but I'm going to give you a hint. This is the last time you're going to see her. It's the last time you're going to see her. We're not dealing with this. But to give you an idea, narcissists like him, like Darrell, and like my father, they cannot stand being ghosted. That is the one thing they will never let go. They will never want to let go. If you get someone that's crazy like my dad or Darrell Brooks, they will never let go. They will be like, you would have to literally fight your way out of the grass and they will still chase you down. That's how dangerous they are. And this is what I keep saying to people who deal with people with an ounce of narcissism. Run. Don't even stay. Forget it. Be homeless. You're better off being homeless than dealing with that. Run. Do you like the studio? Do you like how it looks? It's an office. It's not a studio. Do you like the changes of the black wall and stuff? Here, I'll tell you. So the idea, first of all, it's what kind of black is it? Well, it's black paint, obviously, but it's a special black. Hold on. Let me get it. Hold on. What is it? Come on, Eddie Stair. What? Tricorn. Okay. All right. So, tricorn black. What is tricorn black? So look, tricorn black is a black that absorbs light. It's like, I mean, all black do that, but no, stupid me. No, but it's like absorbs a lot more light than the typical black. And it was my niece-in-law who thought of the idea. Look, she's an interior designer. Well, she's 17 years old, but she's starting to become an interior designer. And she said, Uncle Alistair, all that editing you do, if you have a black wall, you don't have to worry about the color of the letters. You can make them all white. It will pop out. I was like, oh my God, Ashley, you're so smart. And then she said, go track on black, because usually in these studios, it has to be very bright. But if it's too bright, then you're like, oh my God. But if you put track on black, it absorbs some of that light. So you can make it brighter without too much shine. I said, Ashley, is this what they teach you at school? She's like, yeah. And I was like, oh, I love you so much. Anyway, do you like it? What am I doing? No. I'm not shaking my boobs. No, oh, stop it. No. Stop. I'm putting my hands out so you can get a good sight of what's going on. I was shaking my shoulders. Oh my God. I know it looked weird. Stop it. Stop laughing at me. Anyway. Oh, Darrell. This news yesterday? Oh, no. We're going to see more of him. There's more Darrell Brooks videos. Hey, there's more Darrell Brooks videos. Unbelievable. Oh, I'm almost out of time for recording. I'm on a tight ship schedule here. So I have to go, but I do want to address this here, and I will address it. I will address it again on the next video, on the next Darrell Brooks update. Do you remember when I did the part 1 of the Lost Folder, and I talked to you and I mentioned to you about the juror who flipped him? I think I could do that on YouTube, right? Okay, who flipped him off? YouTube. You can't do anything. Really? What? Like what? I'm gonna have what? Flowers and hum? You can't do anything. You can't do anything. God forbid. I don't know. I don't even want to do that. They might get mad at me. Okay. Anyway. So remember that video when I talked to you about the Darrell Brooks folder part 1? Well, listen to me very closely. People got very mad at me for talking about the juror who flipped him off. Look. Sometimes when I get through my thoughts, I was just affecting the hypothetical. I don't know if the juror did this. I don't know if the juror did this. I have no idea. I didn't see it. But I was saying I was affecting a hypothetical. God, the hammer of justice came down my head. They were like, yeah! I was like, okay, I'm addressing it here, and I'll address it again later on the next folder too, but I'll deal with the comments complaining about it. Yeah, I'll deal with that. Sometimes I do my best to be as precise and clear as possible. You know, that's one of my insecurities, is because of the language barrier. I really try to make sure that I get what's in here to you correctly. And a lot of times, not most of the time, but a lot of times I don't do a good job. And people are like, I thought that you meant that. I'm like, no, that's not what I meant. Yeah. So I that's one of my pet peeves. That's one of my insecurities. And so, yeah, like when I see that, I'm like, darn it, I didn't get the message right. Yeah, it's important to get the message right. I agree. It's important. I agree with you all. But that's why I improve. If you remember when I used to say, do you understand? Someone way after I control that, someone's like, that sounds very condescending. I'm like, I know it sounds condescending, but that's really how I talk, among my friends and family, but it has it's not a condescending thing. Also in French, est-ce que tu comprends? Tu comprends un peu ce que je veux dire? Stuff like that. Do you understand? But it's kind of like saying, it's like saying, do you know what I'm saying? Well, there it is. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you understand? Right? It has nothing to do with me being condescending or not. Please, I'm the last person. I'm not condescending. No. Because I know what it feels like. I know what it feels like. Yeah. I gotta go. Bye. Like, subscribe. I love you for watching. You are the best thing you're the third best thing that ever happened to me. First one is my spouse. You know, the other day, someone said, one of the comment was like, your spouse is clearly not XX. Really funny. That was really funny. No, it's not a secret here. Yes, my spouse is a male. I have a husband. Sorry if you're homophobic. I don't know what to tell you. Okay, I can't control how you take things. I can't control that. All I can do is be me. Please change who I am for you. I am your mind. Anyway, no, we're all grown. I'm 37 years old. I'm beyond that. I'm not 18. I'm beyond that stage. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, right, the comment, really funny. No, it's no secret here. It's not a secret. And the reason why I said spouse, I know I've noticed that I said spouse, is because I'm trying to be inclusive to people who may like, well, stop talking about your husband. Okay, fine. Then spouse, wife. I'm just trying to be inclusive. But it's no secret. Bye.